Hello Pisces, welcome to your monthly reading for January. Thank you for your patience with this reading. I have been sick as a dog for the last 2 weeks, but we are back in action now. So let's dive right on into it. These are general readings, so they may not resonate with all of you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it does resonate, feel free to leave a comment down below, as well as hit that like and subscribe button. It is greatly appreciated. But let's dive right on into it. At the end of the reading, I'll pull a card from the Rooted Woman Oracle deck for you, so stay tuned for that. Excited to see what's going on with Pisces in January. Alrighty, what's happening with Pisces? This is you. This is what crosses you or your challenge for January. Your conscious energy, unconscious energy, your past, your future, your attitude towards a situation, energy that surrounds you and you may not be aware of, hopes and fears, and the possible outcome of the situation. Interesting. Okay. So, for your energy for January, Pisces, you get the Ace of Swords. So, getting some mental clarity on a situation, some sort of breakthrough happening for you. What's crossing you is the Four of Pentacles. I don't know if this is some breakthrough that's happening with your finances, or getting some mental clarity on some things that you've been holding on to that you need to release or let go of. For your conscious energy, you get the Ace of Cups. So filled with a lot of love, a lot of inspiration, creativity. So that is great. For your unconscious energy, you get the Two of Pentacles. So seems like you are juggling a lot right now. You are very busy. You may be kind of ignoring that and kind of just pushing through and, telling yourself that you don't need a rest or break. This could also be you juggling kind of between two different thoughts or ideas or pathways, but we'll clarify. For your past, you get the Queen of Cups, so very empathetic, emotional, in tune with your emotions, a whole lot of kindness, and, being there for the people that you love and care about, honoring yourself and your emotions. For your future, you get the Two of Swords, so in the middle of kind of some indecision there, some stagnation in the future, trying to figure out which path you want to take, or kind of just struggling to make a decision on something. For your attitude towards the situation, you get the Nine of Swords. So seems like there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, something keeping you up at night in regards to this breakthrough, or something that you're holding on to, some fear that you're holding on to in the month of January. For the energy that surrounds you and you may not be aware of, you do get the Four of Swords, so needing to take a much needed break, needing to relax and rejuvenate and kind of get back in touch with yourself and your emotions and kind of balance things out. For your hopes and fears, you get to the Star card. So wanting to find hope and inspiration again, wanting to feel fulfilled with, light and love again. At the same time, maybe being afraid of that, maybe not wanting to be disappointed. For the possible outcome of the situation, you get the Moon card. So following your intuition, following your gut instinct, getting back in touch with your emotions and, really letting that guide you in whatever path you decide to take or want to take. But let's get into the clarifications. Let's start off with this Ace of Swords for your energy in January, Pisces. Why is the Ace of Swords here? Okay. For the Ace of Swords, you get the Star card, the Two of Cups, the King of Cups. Seems like this breakthrough is in regards to a relationship that you have a lot of love for. Something that does give you a lot of, hope and inspiration and kind of just makes you feel really good. I don't know if you're realizing how good of a relationship this is, or how much love you have for this person, if you wanted to take this to the next level and figure out, where you guys want to go together in the future. But let's clarify the Four of Pentacles. That is the Four of Pentacles crossing Pisces. For the Four of Pentacles, you get the Two of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I get this as you and your partner trying to navigate what direction you guys want to take, what, investments you guys want to make together, what commitments you want to make together, and the life you guys want to create together. You guys have both devoted a lot of time and energy into each other. And you've also kind of, I get it as a sense of you've been, saving up for something. If it's not finances, you've been, saving your energy to, do something together to make a certain commitment. But now you're actually having to, face that commitment and do that commitment. And that feels like it's kind of a challenge for you in January. You're kind of evaluating and trying to figure out, is this commitment that we said we're going to do actually something that we really want to do, or just something that we said we wanted to do, a few months ago or a year ago, and now we're kind of having to reevaluate that. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups for your conscious energy. Why is the Ace of Cups here? For the Ace of Cups, you get to the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. Okay. There's something that feels like, although this is such good energy with the Ace of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, it feels like there's also a heavy burden on this as well. Feels like you're a little burnt out from maybe, always trying to have things figured out all of the time, always trying to stick to a solid plan. Feels like you've worked really hard to get to the point of where you are now, and moving forward or taking that next step just feels like it's really kind of exhausting you. But you kind of want to create this sense of community, and also generational wealth, to where your kids don't have to worry about money and their kids don't have to worry about money, so that feels like a burden. So maybe if it's in response to maybe taking this relationship to the next level, maybe starting a family, kind of stressing out about that, the finances of it all. Let's clarify the Two of Pentacles. Is the Two of Pentacles here for Pisces and their unconscious energy. Okay. For the Two of Pentacles, you get to the King of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Swords. Feels like things are happening very quickly. A lot of things are happening very quickly. You're just trying to keep up, but at the same time trying to have the bigger picture in mind. Knowing, I feel like it's a little bit of a struggle because you had a bigger picture in mind and now you're kind of questioning that. And so it feels like you're doing all of this work and you're not really sure why. So you're trying to kind of think logically about the situation and evaluate and speak your truth. So it's a little bit difficult for you at the moment. So it feels like you're trying to juggle, like, you're trying to balance out your logical side and your emotional side at the same time, and that can be difficult for you. That's interesting. Let's clarify the Queen of Cups. Let's clarify the Queen of Cups for your past. For the Queen of Cups, you get the Justice card, the Strength, the oldest one. In this deck, it's called the oldest one, but the Hierophant. Okay. It's interesting. I feel like in the past, you worked so hard to find that balance, to do that inner work, to face kind of your inner demons, to figure out that this path that you're now struggling with to accept or like go through with. You work so hard to kind of figure that out, and this may have been a bit of a more of like a traditional path for you, going down like a tried and true path, and now, and like in the past you thought, yep, that's what I want, that's what really emotionally resonates with me, that's what I think will make me happy. And now you're kind of reevaluating that. I don't know if it's because it's more of a traditional path that you're kind of thinking, is traditional really me? Or do I want to do something a little bit more outside of the box? Let's clarify the Two of Swords. I see Two of Swords here for Pisces future energy. For the Two of Swords, you get the Ace of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, so I feel like this all really ties in a lot together. There's just this, there's that hesitancy still on whether or not going down this new path or taking that next step is going to emotionally fulfill you. It seems like the thought of it is kind of like boring to you. Kind of feels like you're afraid that it will lead to disappointment. So you're like questioning, really questioning it a lot. So you're kind of trying to like give yourself some time, offer yourself some compassion and empathy, and trying to figure out why it is that you feel that way. So that's interesting. I don't know if it's the thought of, because with the Queen of Pentacles here, it's kind of like the Queen of Pentacles is always there for people. You know, they've always got their door open with a cup of tea, waiting for you to, you know, come on in, relax, like sharing their, you know, financial successes, like, and their, you know, fruits of their labor with the people that they love and care about, and taking care of other people. I don't know if it's the thought of like taking care of other people all the time that maybe scares you, if you're kind of maybe wanting to still have that time for yourself to where you are your main focus. Let's clarify the Nine of Swords. Why is the Nine of Swords here for Pisces' attitude towards the situation? Okay, for the Nine of Swords, you get the Knight of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know if it's the loss of freedom or the kind of I feel like it's the loss of freedom that maybe scares you in some regard. I don't know what it is in regards to. Or the fear, even though your finances are good, you're still kind of fearful about them. And kind of fearful of losing control or losing the authority of your own life and what direction you want to take. I feel like this next step that you're thinking about taking is like a really big commitment, and there's like, once you make that commitment, there's no going back from that. So it's not something you can commit yourself to and then, 2 years later or like a year later decide, oh, actually, I don't really want that. So it seems like a really big thing that's really stressing you out. I don't know if it costs a lot of money or if it's, again, if it's a lot of responsibility to the point where you have to focus so much energy on it that you kind of lose, the ability to be a little bit more creative, or, if you're feeling like a little trapped inside of a box with this. Again, if it's like this commitment that you thought you really wanted that's a little bit more traditional in the past, and now you're thinking, I don't know about that actually. Let's clarify the Four of Swords, though, for energy that surrounds you and you may not be aware of. Okay. For the Four of Swords, you get the Four of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the King of Swords. You're in your head a lot. That's the thing. You're like, and I don't even think you realize it. You're always in your head, constantly thinking about what could go wrong, about, the problems you'll have to solve. Thinking very logically in your head and not in your heart space. And that feels like it's very disconnected from who you are as a person. There is a strong, a strong need to kind of heal and reframe these thoughts that you're having. Kind of just take a break from thinking, honestly, to just, quiet those thoughts and really sit with yourself and focus on how you feel. Let's clarify the Star card for your hopes and fears. Is the Star card here for Pisces? Okay. For the Star card, you get the Lovers, the Ace of Cups, the Page of Wands. Okay. Yeah, so I feel like this relationship that you have, that you're like thinking about, this relationship evolving, this love evolving into something new, something that can be exciting but also scary at the same time. It feels like that's what you really want. I don't know if you're scared of, taking, I keep saying this, but, the relationship evolving into something that's no longer what it is now, into kind of a more mature version of the relationship, a little bit more of a committed version of the relationship, wanting that, but also scared of losing kind of the vitality of the relationship, the freedom that relationship brings you at this current moment. Let's clarify the Moon card for the possible outcome. Okay, for the Moon, you get the Page of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, the Six of Pentacles. I feel like this is you at the end of figuring out how to, because it feels like this entire time, like, although this commitment is tied to another person, you're trying to figure it out by yourself. So at the end, you're kind of looking within and realizing and learning that you can't figure it out by yourself. I feel like for a while you were resistant for asking for help, for, opening up and, expressing your feelings about this. And at the end, you're kind of like, okay. You're like learning, all right, I need to express what I'm feeling so we can figure this out together. So I'm not stuck in my head, so we can, feed off each other's energy, and, maybe they're also feeling the same way. But it seems like once you do that, there's a sense of comfort, there's a sense of relief, and there's this feeling like, I'm not alone in this. But for a while, it seems like you're very hesitant to ask for help, to, say, hey, what do you think about this? Because I'm not really too sure how I feel about this anymore. It is interesting. But yeah, so opening up, getting in touch with your emotions again first, and then deciding, all right, learning what you're actually feeling, evaluating that, and then putting down that barrier or that wall that you've built, and, accepting that help, accepting the opinions or the thoughts or the advice of the other person that may be involved. Let's get a card from the Rooted Woman Oracle deck for you, though. What do the Rooted Woman want Pisces to know in January, please? Pilgrimage. Read a little bit from here for you to close it out. The pilgrim's journey is always spiritual in nature. It's undertaken in order to have a revelation of some kind or to find some deeper understanding of the world and our place in it. A pilgrimage asks that we give up everything so we might learn what is truly ours to keep. It's a search for knowledge, a search for becoming, and a pilgrimage begins also with a longer for deep connection, for true nurturing community, or simply for change. A pilgrimage, above all, asks us to surrender to the journey and open ourselves up to the new ways of traveling and seeing. The pilgrim's path is designed to wind its way across unknown and often rough territory, and the long, arduous journey requires endurance, resilience, and focus. But there's nothing for it but to keep walking. Step by bumpy step, one foot in front of the other, the path will fade behind you, and there will be no way back. And once you understand just how far you must travel, it can be hard to confront the long, challenging road ahead. Yeah, I feel like that's what you're kind of struggling with, that journey, that unknown, kind of being really afraid and fearful of that. Taking that next step forward, that next bumpy step, and trying to figure out how to navigate that, but you don't have to do it alone. Again, express that and express the fact that you may need some help on this journey. But that is all I have for you today, Pisces. I really hope this helped, and have a wonderful rest of your day.